Sound, sound, test. Sound, sound. Okay, everything seems to be fine with the stream. Good morning to everyone. Yeah, we have quite a pump and news. Let's do our usual Bitcoin analysis. So, indeed, we had a pump. So we had a EOX. I was saying that there are two alternatives. Either we print a green dot and we pump, or we dump. So eventually we pumped. Now on the weekly we had no indication. So seeing this on the weekly, we had to be very careful not to not to make a mistake, because this could have continued and it can still continue because the week is not over. Yeah, the week is not over, and this is each candle is 1 week. So on the Heiken Ashi, there is a possibility that this might continue, although it's very improbable with the money fall that we have. Money fall is going higher, but you know, it's still not decided. The daily looks bullish, and I think there will be more days ahead for the bulls, because the Heiken Ashi just turned green. We have green momentum, we have divergence in the money fall. If I go to the 4-hour, I was saying that we had a divergence from right here, from 21, and now I guess this divergence finally played because money fall is going up, momentum, we have divergence in the momentum is going up. We will see how long you know, how far this goes. I think we might go to 23k. I think right here we may retest this level and then start grinding down, consolidating and going down. 3-hour. The 3-hour also looks bullish, so I think we will have some more upside. Probably I want to take a position to the long side. I just want to see a good opportunity and a little bit of comeback. Of course there may be not comeback to some. I hope to 20k. If the price goes to 20k again, I might be able to buy it again, but right now it seems a little bit overextended and we might have some little correction to the downside. Yeah, we definitely broke this. It was resistance, now it should be support, so we should backtest it like 19.9, 20k, 19.8. This support should be backtested, I believe, and that would be I'll be on the lookout for this support. If the price goes there and is getting tested, I may buy some for a long position. I have to give credit, I think, to CoinSkid. I think he was quite right that we might have some upside here, and he was saying about the same divergence I noticed a few days ago on the 3-hour and 4-hour. So he was mentioning the same divergence, and yes, really appreciated from him that he's making such realistic analysis, like no BS. Okay, now on the 15 minute, I would wait a little bit. Well, we see it was quite a pump. I think a lot of shorts are liquidated, and they will be liquidated in the next few days. So my target in the short term would be 21,600. So this is the daily band, and actually the daily Bollinger is coinciding with the Tenkan Sen on the daily. So I think this level, 21.8 or 21.7 or 6, somewhere there, it's very probable that we get rejection. Very probable. Now I don't want to short even this, although there might be some opportunity to short, but I think we are just getting started on the daily, as we saw. So I would want to wait for this to be back tested for this level around 20k. Let me see the 4 hour. Well, pretty much hit this level, 18.5. Very nice. Very nice that we hit it. And I think it was Daniel that mentioned this level. Wow. Now I want to see where we can get rejected. 23. Yeah, this might be one level that we should watch out. 23.6, 23, even 200. A whole lot of levels that we have to watch out to get rejected. At the very short term, I'm going to watch for this level 21.7 or 8. Okay, let's see what is happening with the Google Trends. Now it's starting to go up, but just a little bit. I think this is still consolidating. Still consolidating. The interest is low, and I think this pump was solely to wreck the shorts, to liquidate the shorts from our favorite exchanges. But no, on the Google Trends there is nothing. I'm going to play Inspo Crypto Analysis on-chain analysis and have some breakfast in the meantime and come back. Right now on the 30-minute we can see that it might not be over yet on this indicator. Might not be over, and
So let us start with their weights ratio. Their weights ratio lifted up a little bit, but nothing. I mean, it's at 50. That's okay. It just tells us that bitcoins are coming in from whales more than yesterday. But it's not indicating anything that would be extremely bearish at the moment. Even if we maintain a very high level in the 30-day moving average. And I mean, just to be honest, that still looks for me like a distribution phase. Even we are here almost and very close to create this double bottom I have mentioned in June, where it would be my expectations if these guys don't want really to go directly to 13k or even to 12k, for example, something where I think in the next month could happen, just to decline even more next month. Even, I mean, 2023 in my opinion it's going to be how. So yeah, that's something I can imagine. That's the Wales ratio 30 days moving average. Everything they did since August 2019 it was declining, and since then the trend is extremely clear, is lifting up again. Doesn't mean, as you see, doesn't mean that we cannot make any new all-time highs just because of that. But the Wales ratio 30 days moving average is a nice indicator for, you know, if you are checking and analyzing the next few weeks, for example, 2 weeks, maximum 3 weeks, and we know that all this Wales ratio here didn't play out in my opinion. I mean, I can imagine that it took just, you know, almost a month to play out afterwards. I really, it's a mystery for me why it didn't play out, because it was such a rising movement. But so let us go forward. The Wales ratio 30 hours moving average maintains above of 90, so it's indicating they're still sending, and we will talk about that in the flow activity. So it lifted up, it declined, it lifted up again, and right now it maintains above of 90. As you know, above of 90, usually that means they want to push the price down. At the same time, we can see that the stablecoin reserves on exchanges was lifting up, now declined, lifted up, but this looks not really organic for me. However, it maintains relatively low, and stablecoin supply, as you can see, lifted up, declined, lifted up a little bit, but it's indicating that they are just removing capital from the crypto market. That's what's happening at the moment. So once again, they just give us the signals, hey, we will push up again a little bit, and that's what they happened. Right now we have a tiny trade range between 19.5 and 90, so a little bit doing what they did here, and that looks, at least based on Wyckoff, a little bit like redistribution. We are still, what I have mentioned in March and April, hey guys, that doesn't look like accumulation, that looks like redistribution, because the pattern between redistribution and accumulation looks similar, but you have certain factors, basically poor quality rallies, for example, that gives you the opportunity to detect a redistribution. In my opinion, they are redistributing. That's what they do, and that's why it looks like a stair, you know. I mean, redistribution, down, more distribution, down, more distribution, down, and so on and so forth. So and that happened just before. Then we lifted up, then more down, and we will check something else, because you know, some people, in my opinion, just maybe Inspo is checking the market in a very complex and complicated way. Maybe that's it, why some people miss the understanding that I have. But we will talk about that. It's about flow activity. So now let us talk a little bit about the flow activity. But first of all, I just want to make a comment, because you know, I have tweeted yesterday, be careful, we received 7,000 bitcoins in few hours, and so on and so forth. And as usual, when I'm tweeting something, it takes just few seconds, and you will have a bunch of experts telling you that what you are saying, it's bullshit, or come on, 7,000 bitcoins, it's peanuts. Okay, it's peanuts. Well, I will show you how peanuts that is. That's now the daily. So if you see, since the whole August was in inflow activity relatively flat, so it wasn't really big, absolutely not. The only where we had a huge amount was here, that was actually beginning of May, when we dropped very hard, and mid of June, when we also dropped then from almost, what was that, 29k to finally 18k, 70k, you know. So since then the inflow activity declined. And since beginning of August, or I would say since mid of August, the inflow activity, the inflow volume is lifting up again. And if we had, for example, let me check, so I can show you that. That was, for example, in the whole, since we reached our level, let me check, that was since end of July. We had in mid-August the highest inflow volume, 25,000 bitcoins. What happened afterwards? We dumped hard. We dumped actually from 24 to 20,600. Peanuts. That's what they say, peanuts. Because they don't understand the market. That's the problem. Why 7,000 bitcoins? It's peanuts. Well, if we check what's happening right now, we have more inflow activity than end of August, than August 31st, August 25th, 25th, and we are hitting right now to mid of August. So they are sending a lot of bitcoins. No, it's not the same like, for example, in June. No, it's not the same like in May. But to be honest, we didn't have this huge volume when we started to dump our dump phase in mid of November. So even the volume, and that's the aggregated, you can see that the volume is rising. The volume is rising at the same time. Also means they are selling. They are selling. We don't have sold all these bitcoins, in my opinion. They are still on centralized exchanges. They are sending more. That's the whole thing. They are sending more. So it doesn't mean we can't go up again. That it's not my point. My point is not that we can't go up again like we did here, but it also means we will go down again. It's not going to end in a bull run. We are not going to make new all-time highs. We can go up to 25. We can go even up to 26 or maybe 27. And then we will drop hard afterwards, because that's the game. When people think 7K BTC in few hours are peanuts, well, it is not. Because that's what the market has shown us many times. It's not. And if you want to absorb all these bitcoins, you need money to buy them. At the same time, the stablecoin supply is declining. What does that mean to us? That's an indicator that less money is flowing in the market. So I don't, to be honest, it's a really hard, because many people, they make such comments, and sometimes I think, oh my god, another one. But I'm tired to explain that every time again, and that's why I'm recording these videos. That's why I'm offering also a free version of it, just to give you the opportunity to understand how it works. If they want to push up the price, they can do it right now without any problem, because the whole market is in hands of you. That's it. If they really want to make new all-time highs, we could make new all-time highs in this month, in few weeks, if they want. They don't want. That's the matter. They don't want. That's the thing. So 7,000 bitcoins, it's a lot in few hours, when you know that they can push the price down very hard just with 40,000 bitcoins, and they are accumulating. And that's why I tweet and say, be careful with that. So let us now go forward, because usually this chapter is not the, it's not really the most long one. As you see here, we received a lot of bitcoins. I mean, that was yesterday, 4,500 bitcoins at once, and here, so the 7,000 bitcoins afterwards, another 2,000 bitcoins, couple hours later, another 2,000 bitcoins, another couple hours later, another 2,000 bitcoins, and so on and so forth. They are accumulating. That's preparation what they are doing. I flipped a little bit to bullish, and still I think we are not done and we can go up, but it looks like we will go down even more first. I would expect a double bottom formation first, and then maybe we can go up to 26, but that's something it's really hard to predict at the moment what the market could do the next. We know, and another analyst just tweeted about that, the weak conditions and situation of centralized exchanges. I was mentioning many times in my analysis, and he confirmed there's a second source, neutral source, that's confirming it, and that's really hard for exchanges to survive that. And I know that Binance, for example, they refueled their insurance funds. Usually the insurance funds, when they liquidate traders, part of the money goes directly to the insurance funds. And I remember last year in the May crash, Binance was in big trouble because their insurance funds were decreasing very, very quick because of lending, because of different central exchange operations, but they had to pay out people also because they were taking profit. And that's something they are not going to allow this time. It's not going to happen. And that's why we have those shakeouts, this volatility, pump, dump, pump, dump. I mean, Bitcoin is not even using any opportunity to lift up, like SPY, for example. If you check SPY, it's performing much better than Bitcoin. SPX as well. They are missing it. It's, because the sell resistance, it's really big. Something you should have in mind. So let us go forward. Right now. So it's in here for open interest is lifting with such a big gap between longs and shorts. In my opinion, we will go up and then nuke afterwards just to liquidate all these longs like we did in the last weeks. Well, all the time. Let us take a look to Binance on Kingfisher. No, Kingfisher, no. Not again. Come, let me try. No, it looks good. Yes. Okay. So, yeah, we still have here this short cluster at 19.7. I said yesterday we need to be careful. 19.1, 19.3, a lot of volume there around. So we did 19.4. I said 19.5 is going to be a challenge to have an easy break to the upside. I don't think, and it matches very, very well to this high leverage short cluster here. And well, as you see, we have a lot more on the low leverage side on both sides. Even the Binance, I don't know, did we had 70 millions yesterday? If so, we declined even by 10 millions again. But let us take a look. Ever we have the biggest liquidation cluster on the long side.
That's already liquidated the 20k.
Contract. That's really crazy. So, but at least based on CBD, nothing big happening here. Binance, retailers buying, but nothing big anymore. So, but balances lifting up. Shrimps declined a little bit, but the trend is positive. These guys here declined also, but also here the trend is, we can say, everything with less than 100 Bitcoin is bullish. That's a statement I can say. Every entity that has less than 100 Bitcoin is bullish. I mean, as mentioned many times, it looks like they are buying 200,000 Bitcoins. That's not the case, but is the entity that's accumulating more at the moment. These guys here lifted up, declining, not doing anything. At least that's not accumulation. entities declined even more, are right now at 4,930,000, so not doing anything. They are not accumulating. Someone asked me, hey Inspo, when you say entities are sending spot to centralized exchanges, of course that's bearish, but why it's bearish to derivative exchanges? Well, usually you wouldn't short with Bitcoin because it's your underlying asset, so it's losing its value while you are shorting it. So the only way how it makes sense, if you can, and that's the conditions, if you can drive the market, if you have enough volume to drive the price of an asset, you send X thousand Bitcoins to spot exchanges and accumulate a little bit. At the same time, you send and place some orders in upper levels for your short entry. Then you push the price up. They trigger your shorts, and then you start to sell your Bitcoins. Usually you would say, yeah, but it doesn't make sense. Right, you're right. At the moment, it doesn't make sense, but the whole story is longer. When they are done, when they push the price down and they short generated enough bitcoins, because that's what you will get if you are using Bitcoin collateral futures, you get your Bitcoin. So you dumped, but at the same time, you are gaining Bitcoins. I don't know what kind of leverage they use, but if they know, hey, it's, you know, it's riskless because we are the guys with the high volume, we can decline the price. Well, I mean, it's for free. They dump, they get money with that. Afterwards, they flip, they take profit from its Bitcoin collateral futures and start to long with that. As they sold spot, they are getting stablecoins for that. So we are not going to track that because the only thing we can track is the preparation, weights ratio, inflow activity, and so on. Everything that happens on the centralized exchanges is for us a mystery. We don't know what's happening there. But the story goes further. They take the stablecoins and start to buy Bitcoin while they are longing with Bitcoin collateral, making more Bitcoins. And that's why these guys are rising from one day to another their balances again without to see any big impact to the price. That's, of course, we don't have any proof because otherwise we need to track every single step on the centralized exchanges, something we can't, but it's for me the most logical way how to trade with Bitcoin collateral even then. And what these guys are doing, it wouldn't be the first time because it's always the same. We don't have any big impact to the price action. And then they come and show you they just bought or rise their balances by 10, 15,000 Bitcoin. And you say, how is that possible? Well, in my opinion, that's the only reason why they are using a lot of Bitcoins for future trading. Because they are using Bitcoin collateral for shorts and for longs. And as long you know that you have the volume and the power to drive the price, it's the most, logical way to make money with that. I would do that in that way. So, well, however, as you see, entities reduced again. They are not accumulating at all. Absolutely not. And even here, these guys are more linked to centralized exchanges. So I don't care a lot what these guys are doing, to be honest. But it matches very well. That's lifting up because also their reserves on centralized exchanges are lifting up again, indicating they are accumulating bitcoins on centralized exchanges, something that's usually not bullish at all. So yeah, I can imagine we will go down even more.
We may go down, but first I guess we should go up. So, oh, okay, we're not stopping. Should have warned. Yeah, it looked a little bit overextended, but yeah, it's quite strong right now. No stop. I think we will have some upside, right, like that, and then probably get rejected again, or consolidate and go up. So these are the alternatives I think we're going to receive. Okay, have a good day, good Friday. It's already Friday. This week passed so fast. So enjoy.